Confidence is a skill and you need to train it. How are you going to become confident by not doing anything all day, every day, not moving yourself, not making progress? So, guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing amazing as always. Today, I wanted to talk about confidence, how to actually build confidence, because there are so many videos online that are talking about confidence and how to build confidence and all this, all like fake it till you make it. And I truly believe in fake it till you make it. But I feel like the majority of people that are talking about confidence online are really missing one of the most important things when it comes to confidence. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Because confidence is a skill, right? There are maybe a few people who are born with it, but the majority of us built our confidence. We strengthened it, we fueled it, and that's what made us confident. And me as well. There were kind of periods in my life where I was really insecure, I wasn't confident, and then there were times where I was really confident, I was happy with myself, and that's what I want to talk about today and just give you some insights and talk about the actual core of what's important. And I'm going to split this up into two parts, kind of. One is going to be like, again, these like micro habits and little things. And then towards the end, I really want to bring out the most important thing that nobody really talks about, and the biggest thing that actually makes your confidence. So before we head into the actual talking points, I want to touch up on it's really important to be aware of your, strengths and your weaknesses. And also, I want you to really pin down, why aren't you confident? What is stopping you from being confident? Is it your looks? Or is it something more on a deeper level? As always, before you want to change something in your life, it's really important to know what you want to change. What is it exactly? And self awareness is really going to bring you there, as well as reflection. So, before you even start on this confidence, self love journey, it's really important to actually think about it. Why am I not confident? Is it, do I feel that I'm not good enough? Or is it certain things about the way I look that I am, you know, self conscious about? And it's really important to know that there is nothing about you that you can't change. And I love this quote. I absolutely love this quote. It is what you're not changing is what you're choosing. So if there is something about you that you don't like, then just change it. I know this sounds kind of brutal. All the things that you can potentially be insecure about, you can change them. And for those things that you cannot change, you still can change your mentality around it and your mindset, right? So there is literally nothing that you can't change about it. For me, for example, for a really long time I was really insecure because I'm short. I'm like 158 centimeters, or like 5.1, I think. But for a really long time I was really insecure about it. So I changed something about that insecurity. Although I cannot, you know, change actually my height, I can, for example, a small thing, wear heels. They make me feel confident. Or I simply changed my mindset around being, you know, shorter. And so this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's literally anything. You can change everything, whether it is actually changing it or just changing your mindset. First point is reflect about it. Reflect on what you are insecure about, because then it's going to be way easier to break it down and change it, and therefore, become more confident. So there is something particular that is making you insecure. Okay, can you actually physically change it or no? Like, exactly your height, your ethnicity, perhaps even unfortunately for a lot of people, their ethnicity is their insecurity, which to me is just mind blowing. But, so what is it that you're insecure about? Is it something that you can change or, like physically change, or is it more of a mindset problem? So let's say it is perhaps, you know, that you don't come from a rich family that I've seen a lot of people deal with. Okay, so what? Your family is okay, maybe you don't have a rich family, but you have a rich family as in you have a family. You have a family rich with love. And, you know, perhaps it gives you the motivation to work harder because you want to help your family. So, with a lot of these things, it just helps to shift the mindset. For example, if you are, super tall, especially as a female, for a lot of girls, it's like, oh, I'm really tall, and a lot of men find it intimidating. Okay, but model agencies don't. And, when it comes to the physical things, let's say you are insecure about your skin, right? That's a very common thing, or your body weight. Okay, that is something you can change. If it's your skin, go to a doctor. There are so many options, whether it is hyperpigmentation, whether it is acne, whether it is scars. You can always change that. You can always improve it. And I really don't like this whole like, oh, you have to love yourself completely. It's hard. It is hard. And if you want to change it, then why couldn't you, then there's a lot of people like, oh, but you should love yourself, you should love yourself like no matter what. Yes, you should have compassion and love for yourself, but you can also show love to yourself by the fact that you do something for yourself that in the end makes you feel more confident. So, I'm not telling you to hide these things and be like in complete denial and, you know fake it and everything, like put on a bunch of filters, but work on it. Just, do something for it that is in the end gonna give you a result that you're happy with. Same with your weight. I know plenty of people that are super confident with being super lean and skinny. And I know a lot of people that are super confident in being on the curvier side. They are happy with it. It is not a problem for them. Then they don't need to change it. But if you want to put on some muscle, then who cares? If you want to lose some weight, then do it. Like, just because, especially we live in a time where I feel like everybody gets mad at somebody because they want to change something about themselves, perhaps even years down the line, I've seen influencers, or like not even influencers, like, yeah, let's say influencers, and they decide to change something about themselves. And there are people in the comments like, oh, but no, you should love yourself. That's so unfair. You should love yourself. And you don't truly love yourself because you changed. No, no. Like you evolve, your preferences change, and you know, the biggest act of self-love is doing what makes you happy. And if gaining weight and gaining muscle or losing fat is going to make you happy and confident, then just do that. Oh my God. And then there are of course things like inner things, like more mental things that we can be insecure about. Perhaps you feel like you're not smart enough. Again, that is something that you can always change. You can take the tougher road and just study, study, study. Like, for example, if you're in class and you just feel like you're behind, and that makes you a little bit insecure, and you're a little bit, you're scared to perhaps talk in class or something, put your hand up and answer questions, then just work a little bit harder, study a little bit more. And again, you can kind of change your mindset in a lot of these things. Like, a lot of the times, you're just in a wrong room. Just because you don't shine in one room does not mean that you're not going to shine in another room. And I've seen this a lot, because I've been in so many different rooms in like, I don't know how to explain it, but I did modeling for a really long time, right? And a lot of these girls, they were just in wrong room, in wrong agency, perhaps, or even in the academic space, in school. Just because you suck at one subject does not mean that you cannot shine in another. And so, again, you can change your mindset with a lot of these things. So there's always two things that you can do. You can either change it or just change your mindset. So the first kind of micro habit that I want to talk about is taking action before you feel confident. With a lot of the things, we keep pushing them off because we are not confident enough. And, this could be, for example, going to the gym. This could be even starting a YouTube channel, starting, content creation. We feel like we're not ready, that we're not confident enough to do these things. But the confidence is always going to come after. You're never going to feel 100% confident when you're doing something for the first time. And you shouldn't, because you're stepping out of your comfort zone, if you're doing something for the first time. So the confidence comes after. The second thing is focusing on competence and not confidence. What I mean by that is always ask yourself, where can I improve? Where do I have some gaps, perhaps? Whether, again, you're in school, let's say, and you just don't feel 100% confident. Reflect on that and ask yourself, how can I improve? And this could be with literally anything. For me right now, it's with my YouTube channel a lot. I ask myself a lot, where are my gaps? And not in like a critical way, but more of in like an analytical way, more of in like a, okay, I did this well, but I'm still lacking a little bit here, so let me focus on that. And this is how you build slowly up and up, and then overall you're just going to have this nice confident package. So the third thing is stop caring what other people think. I know that this can be really hard, but these people are not living your life, and at the end of the day, these people won't care probably in even 5 minutes, in 5 hours, or 5 months, right? So they won't care. They won't care. And if it's your family members, you have to kind of figure out, right? So if it's like, again, if it's more of like an analytical, listen, I don't think you're doing this well, but perhaps you should try this, that is where it gets, I feel, like a little bit tricky, even if you have like a partner or your best friend, because a lot of the times it is really good to get feedback, but you have to figure out kind of where the line is between helping and actually, feedback, and then what's like stopping you. But yeah, if it's like, for example, you are too afraid, again, to start a YouTube channel, who's gonna care? Who is gonna care? And okay, if they laugh at you for 5 minutes and then they will probably completely forget about it, then why would you care? These people are not living your life. It is your own life. And yeah, who cares if you wear an extravagant outfit? Who cares if, I don't know, you decide to do your makeup all crazy and wear like flamboyant outfits? Who cares? But for this, especially, I feel like it's good to use the 5-5-5 rule. If it won't matter in 5 minutes, 5 days, or 5 years, then it won't matter at all. So just stop caring what other people think, because it is your own life, your own decisions, and a lot of the times, people that are throwing shade at you, judging you, talking negative about you, they're in the end they're just jealous, because anybody who is doing well is never going to judge you. A person who is happy with themselves is never gonna write hate comments. And so, yeah, most of the time they're just jealous because you're doing something with your life and they are not. So, don't care about what people think. The next little micro habit is very simple. It is just changing your posture, whether, you're just sitting in class or entering a room full of people that you don't know. Just always, shoulders back, back's nice and straight, and just keep a nice posture. Because with this whole posture thing, it seems very small, but it actually does make you more confident. Like there are some studies, I think, on how it affects your brain. So check your posture. Don't be all slumpy. Just fix your back, head up nice, and yeah. The habit number 5 is training your inner voice. And that is particularly about self talk and negative self talk. And I still talk negatively about myself. And a lot of confident people that I know sometimes still do talk negatively about themselves. But it is still something very important to keep in mind that it's not going to do anything for you. And trying to eliminate that negative talk is it's just going to make you more confident, because why would you like not let anybody else talk negative about you, but you would let yourself talk negatively about you? That does not make sense. Talking negatively about yourself, like, oh, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough, I will fail for sure, it's not gonna help you anyway, right? So why would you do it anyway if it's just gonna ruin your mood and it's just gonna make you less confident and more insecure, you know? So it's good to change those things. Like, it doesn't have to be super positive, it can just be neutral. Like, today I'm not feeling my prettiest self. You know, I don't feel pretty today, but that doesn't mean that tomorrow I won't. Perhaps that is just a sign that I need to take better care of myself today. It wasn't negative. You acknowledged that you didn't feel the best, you know, but you didn't add any extra meaning to that. So, same with like, you keep telling yourself, "Oh, I'll fail." You know, you can either turn it super positive, or okay, if I'll fail, so I'll fail. It was not supposed to be like that. Okay, I feel this way, but it doesn't mean that it is that way. And if you have a feeling that you're going to fail, okay, then perhaps I just need to work harder. Or, you know, you can replace it like, I'm improving every single day. Or if I'll fail, then I'll know what to do better next time. So, you know, they don't have to be super positive, but sometimes just acknowledging and letting it go and kind of replacing it with something neutral also helps. Especially for me, like, if I'm not feeling like, you know, good in my skin that day, for me it's normally just like, okay, it's just today, and it's a sign that I just have to take better care of myself, you know, do, for example, a little mask and do my hair, and the next day I'm feeling just fine. The next one is exposure therapy. So let's say you are very shy and you are, for example, a poor public speaker. Then just go to some event where you have to talk and just talk. Like, you know, it's going to be very stressful, but exposing yourself is going to make it way easier. For example, I when I was really shy, I started doing like UGC videos, right? I had to do a UGC video for this brand, and they wanted me to put on a robe and slippers and pajamas and go outside and drive a scooter. That was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. But I did it. I did it. I felt really embarrassing in the moment. And in some weird way, it kind of made me more confident. You know, this was like 2 years ago, but it was so ridiculous and so stupid. Not to mention, I actually fell down on the scooter. I was alone, so I had to go with my tripod, because I was doing marketing, right? So I had to go with my tripod alone. You know, borrow one of those scooters, and I had to just scoot around in my pajamas, in a robe, and in flip flops. It was ridiculous, but in the end, exposure therapy works really well with a lot of things. And once you kind of get over it, or like get it over with, you realize it's not that big of a deal and nobody really actually cares. And yeah, the same with like for example, public speaking, going to the gym. So do something super terrifying, and trust me, it's gonna help with your confidence a lot. The next thing is keeping promises to yourself. So, for me, confidence is, one thing is self love, but it is also self trust. And when you have this self trust and a very strong identity, the confidence kind of comes with it. So, when you tell yourself that you're going to do something, do it. Just do it, get it over with. I don't care how tired you are, I don't care any circumstances, but when you do things for yourself and you keep promises to yourself, it kind of it just makes you more secure, right? You feel more safe with yourself. And I feel like that is one of the most important things when it comes to confidence is trusting yourself and trusting your identity and trusting believing in yourself and the type of person you are. And you know, you wouldn't let other people down. So why would you let yourself down? So perhaps start very small. Start with promise yourself that every day you're gonna, I don't know, what could it be? So let's say a very small thing that you could do is every day you're gonna save $1. A very small thing. But you do this for 30 days, and then at the end of the day, at the end of the 30 days, you're going to be left with $30, and you're going to have this like completed thing with yourself. So start very small and build your self-trust. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about in this video, and it is the biggest thing, is the more energy you pour into yourself, the more confident you're going to be. That is ultimately the biggest thing. And you can do a lot of these small things, like exactly dressing up well and fixing your posture and, I don't know, doing these little micro things, fake it till you make it. And all of these things are great, but unless you're not working on yourself and on your desires, you're never going to be confident. And I'm speaking from experience, because I'm going to share something that is a little bit more private. But when I got into my relationship, I kind of let a lot of things go, and it is natural. A lot of it happens in relationships, right? You meet this perfect person and you just want to spend all of your time with them. And I did that. I did that for a while. And then I just got so insecure. I got very insecure. I was feeling awful about myself because I spent, or I didn't do anything, right? I realized, oh my God, so much time has passed, and what have I achieved? What have I done for myself? And as I'm saying, this comes natural when you fall in love with somebody and that person becomes your everything. It's very hard not to spend time with them all the time. Spend time with them. Yeah, spend time with them all the time and want to be with them 24/7 and focus on them. But I forgot about myself, and I forgot about my goals and my dreams and my desires. And I kept asking myself, God, why am I feeling so insecure? When I realized that it's because I wasn't doing anything for myself. I wasn't pouring, I wasn't building myself. And when I'm talking about building yourself, it doesn't have to be like a big career thing. It can be simply just building yourself as yourself, your habits, your just the type of person you want to be, because a lot every one of us has an ideal, right? The type of person we want to be. We may not have like idea of where we want to be in 5 or 10 years, but we have an idea of the type of person we want to be in this moment. And I wasn't doing that. And I, a lot of the goals that I have, I kind of put it on hold for that person. And then I was very surprised because I wasn't confident at all. And then it kind of took a toll on my relationship as well. So, and when I realized, okay, I am not the best version of myself. I'm not even a good version of myself. And it's taken a toll on my relationship because I am insecure, I'm in a bad mood, and I didn't know why. And then I told myself, okay, so I'm gonna spend more time on myself, which is gonna result in a better mood, better confidence, which is then gonna lead to a better relationship. And it did. It did. You wanna know the days where I feel the least confident? It's those days where it's not like in a self-care way, but in like a doom scrolling way where I'm not doing anything and I'm just rotting and scrolling and checking out other people's lives and literally nothing good for myself. Those are the days where I feel the worst. Those are the days where I'm like, oh my God, I wish I was like that. Why am I not like that? Oh, my life is bad. And those days where, and it doesn't have to be like I wake up at 5 a.m. and I manage to do 30 things before it's 9 a.m. It doesn't have to be like that. But even those days, like self care days, where, okay, I sleep in a little bit, but I do things for myself. In like, it can be like self care, it can be honestly just resting, but I'm pouring into my own cup kind of way. I don't have a reason not to be confident. If I put energy into myself, why shouldn't I be confident? If I actually work on the things that mean a lot to me, that make me happy, I'm working towards my goal, there is no reason why you shouldn't feel confident if you are working on yourself. Not to mention, if you are working on yourself, on your goals, on your dreams, on your perhaps even relationships with your family, with your friends, with your partner, you have zero time to compare yourself, to even look for insecurity. And it's just, you don't have time. So the biggest thing that's gonna make you confident is working on yourself. That is it. You can do all these little micro things. You can put on the best makeup, the best outfit, and fix your posture. But if in the back of your head you have this like, but you're not achieving your goals, you're never going to be confident. I can tell you that. And I think my generation sees it with like our parents a lot of the times where they are kind of insecure, and a lot of parents project their insecurity on their kids, especially when it comes to their goals, right? So there are parents who put so much pressure on their kids because they want their kids to achieve what they didn't achieve. Don't let this be your case. And yeah, so in the end, that's what true confidence is. Not this like kind of like egoistic, not egoistic, a little bit narcissistic, but yeah, the more you pour into yourself, you're just going to naturally become more confident. That's it. That is it. That is the most important thing. Because why wouldn't you be confident if you are smart, well educated, you have your own money, you take care of yourself like physically, you take care of yourself mentally? Why wouldn't you be confident? And the more you focus on yourself, the more you kind of forget about even the things you're kind of insecure about. So, yeah, it all comes with it. Being disciplined, having self-trust is all gonna come with it. You see yourself grow and you're gonna be proud of yourself. That is it. You're gonna become proud of yourself, how far you've come, and what you're doing for yourself. That you're just gonna be proud. Make yourself proud. Make yourself proud, and the confidence is just gonna come with it. Because you can always excel at something. You can always be really, really good at something. And it might take a while for you to find it. It might take a while for you to build those skills, to build those looks, even. And after a while, you're going to look at those transformation pics and those Excel sheets and those calendars and those planners, and you're going to realize that you've made so much progress without you even knowing it. And that pride, not in like a bad way, but that good pride is going to just boost your confidence so much. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you liked about this video, what you took away from this video. For example, even share your own confidence story. Don't forget to like and subscribe, check out my social media links, and also join the Discord group. Don't forget to do that. It's going to be linked down below. And I love you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!